Alright guys, so this is going to be how to attack on Haven, attack and defend on Haven as Jett at an Immortal slash low sort of Radiant rank. This is really good to help you if you're either new to Jett or you're good at Jett but you want to like sort of learn more kind of like valuable things you can do for your team. Oops. So we're going to talk about T-Site first. So basically, I like to push C a lot, especially on like pistol round. Usually I have smokes. You want to make sure your team can smoke right here and like right here. Like either Brimstone, Omen, or Viper. Viper can just wall like this now. She's like really OP.
I got the spike.
So yeah, so what you want to do is Jett. You usually don't have spike, but I'm gonna take spike just so where your team's gonna want to plant for. There's like two main spots here. So what I do is Jett. I usually just run out straight away. So I tell me I'm gonna go fast. And it's so if you have here into your smoke is running out, you're kind of holding like this. Make sure there's no one peeking you from here. And then I throw a smoke like this right in the middle and then dash. Okay, this covers all of this. Whenever you dash, so I throw smoke, I dash. You gotta make sure that the left side and the right side corners are clear. So like this. So I clear that, that's clear. And if I see someone, I start shooting them. And then you clear this corner. And then your team should be running out. You should have the smoke too. You should make sure someone's holding the smoke so they can't push through it. At this point, you check logs. Back plat needs to be clear. This should be smoked. They could be sitting back site or back plat here as well. So once you get these spots cleared, you're good to set. Good to plant for C long, or you're good to plant for I don't know. I think yeah, default or back anywhere here is good for C site. So as long as your team can see it from these angles and see long, you're good. So something like this is pretty standard. So once you get this done, I usually like to play kind of aggressive on site here. So what I like to do actually is tell my team, you know, make sure someone's watching flank, make sure you have someone watching garage, and if all this is covered and you're in a pretty advantageous spot, like you're up numbers on your team, you can kind of play aggressive. Don't play too aggressive. Like if you're really if you're on like an eco and you have ult, like you can just push spawn like this, and you know, get some kills. But usually it's just better. I like to set up here as well sometimes, setting kind of like this, because yeah, some people might expect you to be here, but it's less common to be in this spot honestly. And if they do see up here, they have to actually flick up and land the flick, which makes it even less likely for them to actually be able to kill you. But yeah, so that's that. So let's talk about garage, right? So if you're pushing garage, say for like a C split or you just want to fight, what I like to do on this map on attack is almost always, I've been using the Phantom a lot now because I think it's just a little bit better than the Vandal, or a lot better than the Vandal. I like to spray both of these doors down until they break, just off the rip of the round. You could do this with one full clip of a Vandal or of a Phantom, so I'll just go ahead and show you what it looks like right now. So yeah, that was definitely less than 30 bullets, or just around 30 bullets. And what you can do, this is really good for just helping apply pressure in here. So people, you know, you can even do this and spam this, but this is a little bit much. Just break the doors. It helps put pressure on the person in garage and maybe even make them fall back. You can also throw one ways for garage like this if you think they're gonna push, like if Phoenix flashes or something. But yeah, you break these. This is really good. And then if you want to push, I just like to jiggle everything. I actually like to walk up kind of like this and clear this corner first, and then once that's clear, I check garage kind of like slowly, and then check here, here, and then this corner. This corner is a little rare, but also they can be behind there. At this point, you can either walk onto C with your team, or for lurking, or through here and try to get a kill, and that's pretty nice. So, yeah. So for mid, you can even either take B through mid window or through here. So we're talking about bottom mid first. Basically, you just kind of walk out. You can walk or run, and you jiggle like this. Make sure no one's holding this. They can also be up here if there's someone that can take high ground, like Jett, Raise, people like that. Sage can also wall this pretty often, and so if that's the case, make sure you either spam this or just make sure that she's not on top of the wall. And if nobody's mid window holding this for you, you should check this corner because they could be hiding here. And then you clear A link. This one's actually clear to take, but as Jett, if I would only suggest dashing in. Well, this is true almost all the time, but only dash in if your team's gonna walk in with you B. So I would throw a smoke. Your team should be smoking this and this. But if for some reason that's not happening, you can smoke like this. Dash. You have to dash into the smoke. You can just kind of play around it, see if someone's gonna peek you. Of course, whenever you dash, again, clear both of these corners. you see if they're clear, then you're good. Or you don't have to. You can just kind of go like this before you dash, and then, you know, dash however you'd like it. But excuse me. So yeah, that's just one thing you can do. Absolutely. And then once you get control of B site, I like to kind of play back site.
Here.
Unless your team's playing lineups bottom mid, then that's something you guys are gonna have to be on the same page. But usually that's not gonna happen in solo queue for below Immortal. So you play like this. You kind of sit like this and hold both links. It's pretty nice. Or you can just hold one on the sort of off angle, or you can sit like this and just wait for them. And if they don't clear it, you get to kill all of them for free. And so from mid window, it's not much different, to be completely honest. So you'll be like starting like this. And instead you swing like this. Just be careful. People spam this wall a lot, so it's very dangerous if you like take a fight and then you don't kill them. They could spam you through this. But other than that, it's basically the same as pushing it from low mid. You gotta keep your eye on top. You know, just be cautious when you're working in because there's these two corners on B. Also, I forgot to get the spike, but that's fine. Yeah, for A site, this is the other sort of big site, and there's a sewer or short and a long A. So first we'll start talking about short here. On Jett, what you really want to do here is smoke this. So unless you have a Cypher smoking the cross, you should do this, not necessarily everyone, but you should do it pretty frequently in my opinion, so that they don't know if that means you're actually going or not. Because if you just do this only whenever you're going A, then it's obvious, and it just helps confuse the enemy team. So like this, you can either walk through it to go long, or I'm going to show you short first. So if you start at A, there's no way they can be in this corner, so you just kind of clear slowly. They can be here, so be careful. It's kind of looking at how I'm looking at it. They could be on this box. They could be on this box. They could be in this corner. I like to sit in that corner a lot on defense and clear like this again. And then hopefully you like to go with your teammates here, but yeah, you come up like this and clear like that. Make sure you're not getting shot in the back of the head. Clearing just like I am here. Checking all the corners. Walking up. If your team's not long here, then they could also be long. Like if you're just alone walking into site, they could be hell. At this point, you're pushed in deep enough to control the site for your team, and you even get a free kill or two if they're there. If they're not, then you just get the site. So personally, I like to go long for Jett because you can actually dash on the site. Short makes it kind of awkward here because of this kind of like L shape. But if you walk up long, so again, we're coming from a lobby, smoke it, walk through it like this. I like to walk out this side, hold this. Sometimes I like to op through here, but not usually that often. And then as you're walking up, kind of hold like I am here. They could be in this corner. It's kind of common. And then people also like to sit like right here. So just kind of, you can like pre-fire that if you want. Or just make sure crosshair is sort of on it. Your team should smoke heaven and CT. And then I walk up like this. I usually walk up, look around, smoke, and then dash. You can dash out like that, unless your team's not coming out straight. You can just kind of like dash into it, walk around like this, look around. And yeah, that's pretty easy. Pretty easy take. And also, once you get to this point, you can even go further, and just come up here like this, going updraft. You can play like this. As long as they don't hear you updraft, this is usually going to be a free kill. You can even walk all the way like this, and people really get caught off guard by that. So, I would highly suggest that, for sure. So now moving on to defense, we're going to go ahead and go back to C sites for defending his Jett. And so defending C site is, for me, I like to play it in a few different spots. I like swapping up my position quite a lot, so this is what you're going to understand how I play Jett on defense. Doesn't mean this is how you have to play Jett, but I'll just give you what I do, and maybe you can learn a little something from it. So I like to play up here sometimes. I don't do this in any specific order, just whatever I'm feeling in that game, whatever I think would work best, or just like whatever, just for a random reason, I don't know. So you can play up here. And this is really good because people do not expect this most of the time. Usually people are kind of looking around, maybe over here or here. So they have to flick up high to you to kill you. So this should be a free killer too, especially since you can dash, like, you get a kill, dash out, maybe do something like that. You don't have to do that, but you can just fight them all up there. Another spot I like to say is right here. Because all this seems like maybe a little bit of a risky spot. It's actually a pretty good spot because people often don't even clear this. They're usually, like I said, focused on backside more, because people don't usually play this like in an aggressive spot. Unless the only problem with this spot is, of course, getting pushed from a garage. But hopefully, you have a teammate sitting in garage or in garage window to help tell you if they're coming toward you from there. But if this gets smoked, you know there's probably gonna be some coming from C long. So I wouldn't peek too aggressive. If you really want, you can Like if they're going A or B like every single round, you can start kind of walking up to this and hold C from here. I think they're gonna rotate, and if you want to push even farther, you can come up like this, and then make it to this corner and hold an off angle right here, and just wait. Just wait until they rotate to C, or you can push all the way into their spawn, but I'm not gonna show you that. So next there's defending garage. For me, there's a couple different spots. I like to start here a lot, pistol round especially, because this spot gives you a lot of different options. From here, you can go to C, like in this corner, or make it just a back side C to defend C side if you hear them running C long very quickly. You can also just hold here, and if they're coming garage, hope to get some kills. Or you can walk back and play this corner. If they're coming too fast and you're not going to be able to kill all of them, you can sit from here, because people will not expect that sometimes. That's up draft up there, but I don't really do that too often. You can sit behind this box, which is also a little bit risky, but it is a play. And another good play you can do is sitting in this corner and holding like this. The only problem is they can get to right here and see into the C site, so just be careful that you let your teammate know that you're holding this angle. You can even come up on top of these sandbags to get a nice higher position. But yeah, that's defending this. Yeah, so like I said, if you want to push mid, I'm not going to show you this all, but this is kind of, you know, how you do it. Clear everything. I'm going to show you the B site defense now. So B side defense, I only really play B on Jett if I'm opping or if I'm ulting mid, or I'm pushing mid. So I don't really defend B, so not saying I wouldn't suggest you defend B as Jett, like you can if that's what you want to do, but I don't know exactly what the best play is to do on Jett. I know you can play up here, Omens, like you do this quite often, you can do this as Jett, but I feel like you're kind of wasting some of your potential if you do that. But one thing I do is come up here with an op and just hold this. You can hold a really tight angle. Or if you know that they have like a duelist that flashes out of there every time, you can just sit here, wait for the flash, or have a teammate watch for you. And once they flash, you can just peek out, kill them, get out, and you're good. So yeah, but outside of that, what we like to do is we like to ult mid and ask for a teammate to push with us. So say this, I'm like, okay, let's push mid since you know it's like eco or whatever, we're losing, we're down. Just push, see if we get some kills. So like to hold like this, make sure you dodge the flashes. Look for bottom mid. And you can do whatever you want from this position. Here, as long as there's no one in window or holding here. You can sit here, hold this until they're rotating off A, you can flank A, you can flank C, you can sit in their spawn, like you can do whatever you want. This is why mid is fun, but yeah, so moving on to the last section, which is A site defense for Jett, we will talk about how I play this. So how I play this is I like to go up here. This is one spot, this is kind of like the spot on C site. A lot of you might think it's kind of cringe I sit up here, but I don't know. I think it's like a really nice spot. Like I don't think it's just tactically smart. Like you can't do this too often, but you can do it a couple rounds and it'll pay off. Like here, you can sit there, or you can sit here. Like you can op here. You just have to make sure you have someone watching long, because this is like a literally free kill, and you just dash off, make it to backside, or go have into op. Another spot you can sit is right here, a little bit of an off angle. You can have a teammate bait for you from right here, and then you just sit like this and just wait. People sometimes check this corner, but I would say mostly they won't. Another play is you can either peek here or op long, just like this. And if they smoke it or cage it, you can hold like this, or even like this, and wait till they start to run up, and then get out. And that will usually work. You can play backside. This is good too. I wouldn't suggest playing heaven unless you're just opping, but I think you should play backside if you want to play, be a playmaker and get kills. So yeah, that's that. You can push, like I said again, you can push short, you can push all the way up into lobby from short or long into garden, but yeah, that's gonna be it though. Actually, like I think Haven's, it's a pretty small map, but it does have quite a lot of stuff happening on it. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or you have ideas for future videos or guides for Jett, I'm also picking up Reyna, by the way. So like, I know quite a bit of Reyna already, because I think Jett's playstyle is quite similar to Reyna's, so I have a good feel for her. So if you want some Jett videos, just leave a comment. I mean, Reyna videos, just leave a comment about me wanting to play or teach you guys Reyna. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day.